Hello guys, welcome again. Could you please confirm that whether I am audible or not so that we can start this session? Hope I am audible. We'll wait one more minute and then we'll start. Can you please confirm that whether I am audible and visible so that we can start the session? Thank you for confirming, Anuradha. Okay, thank you. It seems I am audible and screen is also visible, so we will start. So, as you know that we have covered the basic part of SQL, like what is database, what is tables, then how to create tables, how to create indexes, what is foreign key, primary key, and as well as how to insert records, what are the different ways to insert a records into table and even we have learned primary key and foreign key. What is the relationship between these tables? Today we will learn most important part and like in industry we will be dealing with the this part only most of the time because like you will create table once and if it is required you will alter the table or you will drop a column from the table. Otherwise, you will mostly deal with the table to get the data only. So, as yesterday's video, I have shown you that how to restore a database from a backup. We have restored the AdventureWorks 2019 database, which is publicly available for Microsoft, which is publicly made available by Microsoft to each and everyone. So we can take advantage of that and we can play with that data. So as SQL is a fun, okay, you can play with the data and you can get the data. So today we will learn DQL. So what is DQL command? DQL is a data query language. So there is only one command falls under DQL, that is select statement. So what is select statement? Select statement means if you want to read a data from a table, then you you will write a select statement. Okay. To get data from a table or views, you will write a select statement. So let me show you how we'll write a select statement. So this is the syntax. Okay. So like to, I mean the description is to query data from one or more tables, you use a select statement. So to get the data, to fetch the data, or to read the data, select statement is used. What is the syntax? Select, then distinct. I will explain what is distinct, what is top, and you know the column names, right? Column names. Then from this is the keyword, and then we can specify table or view list. Here I will explain view, what is view in, like we will create few views once this select statement is finished in upcoming lessons. And then this is where clause. Okay, so where clause, these are the clause I will explain. Then group by, having an order by. This is the syntax of the select statement. So here after pipe, everything is optional. So you can either specify distinct, then column names, or top, then column names. So after the pipe, this is optional. So either you can mention or not mention. It's up to you. I mean, according to need, we can mention that part. Now, post this where clause. You can see this. It is in the square bracket, meaning that it is an optional part. So this group by is also optional. Having clause is optional, and order by is optional. So we learn first what is select and how can we read the data. So to query a data from one or more table, we use a select statement. So this is the simple select statement. Select, then column name 1, column name 2, and from table name. So here you can see select, then I have selected national ID number, login ID number, job title, and from table name. So this is my table name. This human resource is a schema, and that inside the schema I have an employee table. Okay, and from that employee table, this employee table have more number of columns. If you see, national ID number is the column of this field, then again these login ID and job title are the numbers, sorry, column names. So to distinguish between these two columns, you have to mention a comma here. Okay, so I will go to SQL Server Management Studio, and I will show you how to write a SQL statement. So what we will do, we will select this AdventureWorks database. So to go to the AdventureWorks database, you can select this Adventure database and then click on this new query option, or the alternative option is I will delete this one. I will select here and then press Control N. Okay, so you will be landed there. And if you are not into the adventure works, for example, you are into other database like my test database copy, okay, and if you want to switch from this database to adventure works 2019 database, yeah, I will rename this database for our simplicity purpose. Let me rename it. Prior to rename or prior to modify the name, you have to close the session. So here I am closing the sessions. I'm just switching the database. So I have closed. What I will do, I will rename the database. It is not advisable, but for simplicity purpose, I will keep the name as Adventure Works. Probably if there is any session open, then I will get an error. Otherwise, it will successfully rename the database name. Yeah, see, I got error that the database could not be exclusive locked to perform operation because probably it may be in use. See, unable to rename database, rename field word. Okay, it is in use somewhere. Okay, what I will do, I will delete all the connections Let me delete all the connections. To delete all the collection, you can select here and then right click, then close all documents. So it will close all the documents. Now I can rename because there is no more connection. It's taking time. Mm, Let me refresh it. I'm pretty sure there is no more connection. We can directly delete it. Yeah. So there was no connections, hence I am able to delete it. Now what I will do, I will select this tutorial table and if I want to switch from a SQL tutorial database to AdventureWorks database, then what is the syntax? Use our database name. Select this and execute. So you will get a this successful execute the like post execution of the use command and specifying our database name to the target database name. We will get an you will get an successful command message at the down. Okay, this is the message meaning that we have switched from the SQL Server tutorial to this database. You can see here also and then here also. This is the database name, this is the username, this is your SQL Server name, and then if how much time it took this query took to execute and how many rows number of rows this query has written. Now as you know that what is the syntax, this is the syntax: select then list of the column names from keyword and then table name. Okay, so what I will do, I will to get the table names just double expand by clicking on the plus option. Now you will get the number of different tables. Okay, now I will select this table. There are two ways. You can directly drag and drop, select the table and then drag on this SQL editor. This is called the SQL editor. Other option is just type, select, then from and then schema name, human resource dot. Then if you type E, by default these tables will come here. It will start populating. This is called intelligence, and here is that option, intelligence enabled. If I disable this, I will not get these options. It's always better to enable this one. So now I want to select few particular columns. Okay, then what I will do, I will go here. I want to select few columns. I'm not sure which column I have to select. So what I will do, I will select national ID number. I can drag and drop and leave here. Otherwise, I can directly manually type. See login ID, it will come here. So I will select that one. And to distinguish between the table names or sorry column names, you can specify a comma. Now what I will do, I will write a job title. So now I'm interested into only these three columns. I'm not interested into all these columns. So what I will do, I will select only this column and I will select this query and execute. Now I am getting only three columns. What if I want only one column? I will specify that column name only in the select list. See. Now what if I want all the column names? Instead of typing all the column names, what I will do, I will write a star operation. So asterisk symbol. So what asterisk symbol does, it will select all the columns whatever exist in this particular table. So I will show you. Okay, you can see all columns it has populated. This query has populated. Now this asterisk symbol, okay, instead of the column list, even like instead of the star operation, we can specify the all column names also. Like you can specify one by one all column names. Let me try to track, or can I track? No, it's not possible, I think. Yeah, otherwise you can just select top rows, top all rows, select top, select top 1000 rows, then you will get an all the column names. What this top and then the 1000 does. This is the by default where you can change this where the syntax of the top is like I will write here the syntax. Select then top keyword, then n means number, and then column list. Okay, so what it will does, oh, what it will, let me type the syntax of this one, CULUMN list. Okay, and then table name. So this is the syntax top. This is the keyword which is used to get the, like I have 290 rows here, okay, and I am interested only for 10 rows. What I will do, I will write in place of n, I will write 10. Then I am interested into business entity ID and national ID number. So I will specify these two column names now. First, like to get the IntelliSense works, it's always better to type the data table name here first. I will drag here and then I will try to write. So I will get the business entity ID and then national number. Okay, and I will execute. Now see if I remove this one, how many rows I will get? You can check here. Okay, it's 290 is total number of rows exist in this table. I will execute this query. See 290 rows written. But what? I just want to check the samples. Okay, I don't want all rows. If I, and it's always better to get the samples. Okay, instead of fetching all data. So I want to take the samples, only 10 samples. Okay, what kind of data this field contains? So top is keyword which is used to get a sample records. So you can specify 290. Okay, if you specify 290 or more than what total number of rows, it will throw. It will give all the rows. There are only 290 rows, and what I am doing, I am specifying 291. Still, I will get 290 rows because there is no one more record exist. It has only 290 records. So see, it has given only 290 rows records or rows. Yeah, and select statement you can use string or numbers, you can use expression or functions. I will explain this part later. I will show you what is string and numbers. Okay. Now what I will do, instead of this one, even you can write select one, so it will show you one. There is no column name. Okay. So meaning this, there is no column name. So if you want prior to this, let me show you one thing. If you see here, the business entity ID is there and the national number is there. Okay, these are the headers. These are the basically column names. The top one, the first row, prior to first row, these are the business entity ID and the national number are called the column headers or column names. And if I select only select one, then I'm not getting that column name or anything. Okay, so to get no column names, you can see here. Okay, so if I want to give a column name to this one, what can I do? I use a as keyword and then I can give as any column name, column 1 or column only, column A, column 1. You can specify anything. Now I will execute and you will see column 1. Okay, earlier it was showing no column name. This is called the alias. So it is basically the name to this one. Okay, it is alternative name. Suppose, for example, if I want to give this business entity ID as only ID, what I will do? I will specify only ID and I will execute. Now, instead of the business entity ID, it will show only ID. See, it is showing me only ID. And what it does, it will not change the column name here in the table name. Like while showing the results, it will only show this ID ID words, okay, or ID keywords, and not it will not change the column names. It is not persistent here. It is just for display purpose. You can give anything after this as. Even to table name, you can specify instead of this as E, okay, and then this E is a alias to or alternative name to this one. So basically, I will show you one more thing. This is the one thing. This is alias. Now, if I want to perform a addition, how can I perform? 1 plus 1. Then sum. I can write sum of number. We can perform addition here also. Now, suppose if I have a string like Maisha, Aisha. This is the string. So we always write a string in single inverted comma. Let me pull it down. Then what I will do, I will write K and I will execute this. And this is a string example. Example. Okay, this is the column name. So what it will do, let's see. When you perform a plus operator, whenever you use a plus operator on a string, it will concat the data, meaning that these two things will combine. Okay, so we can perform plus operator here. Then, like you can use it. I will show you now here. This is the command, meaning that if I execute this one, nothing will happen. See, this is only for readable purpose. Now, what I will do, I will execute this statement again here at the down, and now instead of top 291, what I will do, I will create one more field with letter only one and I will execute this. Oh, I will execute this only. See, for each record, this is called the constant value. It will not change anywhere, okay? It will be shown as it is. So this is called a literal value or a constant value. So you can give a column one or dummy. So, and lit value, okay, literal value. It is called a literal value, or you can specify the constant value also. Even if you want to add a dummy string like Pune and then as city, okay, what it will do? See, if you see here, the table is city column is not here. See, I am explicitly adding it, okay, so you will get Pune multiple times. Now, I will show you the naming convention. See, now this table is exist in the adventure works and we are into the adventure works. But what if we are not into the adventure works? For example, I am into my SQL tutorial database. Say I'm into tutorial, and if I try to execute this, I will throw an error that invalid object name. But still, you know that this table is exist or present under this AdventureWorks database. Now I want to still read the database from data from the different database. Okay, I know that this human resource dot employee table is exist in under AdventureWorks. So what can I do? I will drag here and post this. I will mention a dot. So dot is a separator. Now see, earlier it was showing an red line under this table name or the column names. Now if I put this database name, then it will not show me error. So, and I can read the data now. See, same. I am into, now here I am into AdventureWorks. If you compare the results of both the queries, it will be similar because now I am giving the full name, naming convention. So the naming convention is such a, like this one only. Let me connect, then put a dot. So here, uh, this server name contains the special characters, okay, and me so that I'm getting an red line. So to avoid that, you can specify square brackets, and now you can execute this query. See, so the naming convention is like this only. Most of the time, it this will be asked in during interview. What is the naming convention? Okay, full naming convention. So it's a server underscore name. Then in my case, this is my server name. Then database underscore name. Then schema name, and then table name. So this is your naming convention. Why there is no need to put the server name? Because I have connected to the this server only. Okay. I have connected, I am working on the this server, so there is no need to put this server name. Now here if you check, I am working on the Adventure Works and the connection is with the Adventure Works, so there is no need to specify this Adventure Works database name. And now I am working under human resources. I'm not working on the human resources. So by default, the table has a DBO schema, but in my case, I don't have a DBO schema with there is no table under the employee. So I have to specify the schema name. So this is the naming convention. Server name, database name, schema name, and table name. Most of the time, this question will be asked. So this is the naming convention. So we'll learn functions. I will show you example of the expression. Expression means so you can do addition, subtraction, anything with the data. Let me open one more query. We'll select different table this time. We select this one. This is the table name, sales order details. This table contains all the sales details. For example, if you are ordering something from the Amazon of the Flip or Flipkart, okay, then such kind of tables will exist there. In case of the Adventure Works, this is the bicycle organization. They sell the bicycle, and uh, so they have gathered the data. Select star from table name. Now, let me see. There are 1,21,317 rows. Okay, I'm not interested into all these records. So what I want to do, I want to I want to calculate the total price. Okay, so how can I calculate order quantity into this unit price? So here, like this person sales order ID or sales order ID detail has a record called order quantity is one, and then there is unit price is of this 2024.994. So now I want to calculate total price. So how can I calculate? So simple, like you can select, mm, you want to select unit price, then first I will show you the calculation order quantity. And now what I will do, I will do the multiplication. Okay, the total price is always order quantity into unit price. Unit price is it, this price denotes only for the single item. Okay, if I have three items, then this multiply order of the quantity, you will get a exact total price. So how can I do order quantity into unit price? and I will execute. I will take only top 10 records. I'm not interested into all these records. See, if you multiply this number with 3, you will get this number. Okay, I will do that here in the calculator. What is this number? This number into 3. See, this is the number. Okay, so you can do calculation also. But here, if you see, there is no column name, right? So you can specify the column name as, then you can specify under inside the quote, or you can specify total price. Now, what if I have a space inside this column? I will get an error that there is an in there is an error stating that incorrect syntax near price. So still, if I want space in the column name, what can how can I achieve? Just specify the column name inside the square brackets and rerun the query. So you will get a space. Otherwise, you can to avoid that, you can like just avoid the space or any numeric number. So what is distinct? You may have seen there are number of, I will again show you one more query on this employee table. Select from job title. I'm just selecting job title. I'm interested into the job title. So if you see data design engineer, two times there is a design engineer. Okay, research and development manager. So many times this value is existing inside this job title. And today or tomorrow, like if your manager will ask, hey, I want data distinct job titles only. Okay, I want unique job titles. So how you will find it? What you will do? You will copy here and then inside the Excel. If you want to do the manual work, you have to do in such a way, guys. Like you will remove this one, then this one, so it will be tedious, right? I mean, it is total manual work, and doing manual work need lots of efforts. So to avoid that, SQL has provided one more keyword called distinct. So what distinct does? Distinct removes duplicate values from the record. And how can we use that? Like the syntax is select, then distinct keyword, and then the column names. So now like if you see here, 290 rows are there. Okay. Now I will use a distinct keyword, and then I will execute this one. So how many rows I will get? I will like see, if you see 12 record and 13 record having tool engineer as a duplicate value. I have used now distinct keyword. So what it does? See, it is showing me only a design in a single time. Even it is showing me what was earlier we were getting. Hmm, let me execute this one. Okay, see. Okay. Just without distinct, I will execute and I will show you. See, this design engineer earlier was showing two times. Now there is only one entry of the design engineer. Okay. So same way, it will basically what it does, distinct will remove all the distinct values, but it will not remove, like this select statement will not do anything with the data. It only deals with the display value. If you check the values inside the table, it still these values are exist. It only displays these values. So select statement is just only used to display the value. It will not delete anything, or it will not do anything with your existing data. It is just for the display purpose. Most of the time you have to deal with the select statement, like your manager or business users will ask, hey, I want data of the job titles, or I want the data of a department, then you have to just write a select statement and then execute this query and copy this data and share it with your manager in Excel sheet or whatever format they have asked, in whatever format they have asked. So this kind of the job, most of the most of the people uh, do in SQL Server. They, if the business users ask them to share the data, they will extract the data, they will copy the data, and they will share in the Excel sheet. Most of the time, they will share the data in Excel sheet, and if it is more data, then they will share into the CSV file. CSV is a comma separated file. I will show you that part also. Okay. So we have just learned a distinct keyword. Then okay. Now, for example, distinct operator treats null duplicate. Okay, let me show you where is duplicate value. Where do we have a duplicate value? Mm, Department does have duplicate values. From here we can check null values, whether this field has null values. Not null, not null, not null. Everywhere is not null. Let me go into the person table. Not null everywhere, right? Not null. Work order. Not null. Okay, that time is not null. Here, I'll show you. See, there are 72,000 records. I'm not interested into all. Now, let me check. And that. When that is there everywhere. Everywhere is not null. Mm, Credit card. ID not null, not null, not null. I want a null record. Oh, consider customer. Let me see inside the customer. Not null, not null. Compound account computed. Okay. Null. Let me check this one. Thank you, Om. See, this person ID is null everywhere. Okay. Okay. Got it. See, if you see this person ID, okay, how many times null is there? Let me show you. Only the person ID. Okay. There are almost 19,820 rows and almost half of the records has a null value, and I am applying now distinct values here. So it should show me like distinct values. What it does, like it has removed each and everything, and at the end it has shown me null value somewhere. Order by. See, forget about the order by clause. See, earlier it null was so many times and it has shown only one time. So what does null means? While like null is, I mean, whenever there is an value in null value, then you cannot say that whether it's a 290. I mean, in place of this null value, it could be 291, 293, or 95. We cannot guarantee. But while dealing with the while we use a distinct keyword, it treat null value as a same value, like null equals to null when we use a distinct values. Distinct versus all. Okay, I will show you what is all meaning. So distinct, we'll go again on these are uh, with our job title example. Okay, so I'm not specifying anything and how many rows I'm getting, 290 rows getting. If I specify distinct keyword, I'm getting only 67. So there are 67 job titles are unique. What if I specify all value, all keyword? Then it will give me all the rows. So what is the difference between distinct and all? Distinct will remove duplicate, whereas all will include all rows or all values. Now, how distinct work? I will show you one more example. Thank you all. Distinct job title. Then I will specify other field like let me check higher date. Okay, there are 274 rows. Okay, see this accountant, this is duplicate value, right? Accountant is there and again accountant is there. Why? Why am I getting two times accountant? Why distinct is not working? How distinct is works? It will check distinct values on these two data. Okay, it will check on the row level and not on the field level. Okay, it will check on the row level. If there is one more record with same accountant and same hire date, say job title is accountant and the same hire date, then it will throw, sorry, it will give a, it will remove that value. Let me show you. There are 274 rows after applying distinct. Now let me check how many are there. See, there are 290 rows. So there are few records whose job title and hiring date are same. Okay. Let me show you that part also to you. Somewhere it should have a duplicate accountant and I will explain this later just for showing you. I'm doing this one. See this sales representative. It has a this sales representative and there is one more record. There are two records. The both of them have joined on 30th May 2012. So like if I apply distinct here, I will get only one of them. Distinct. So I'm applying group by here. What I will do, I will filter records on based on this one, and I will show you now. I'm only getting one record. Higher date is, oh, now the higher date is different, right? for you. 35. Why it's getting the same date? Why distinct is not updated? Yeah, it's a 2013 record, okay? And this is 12. Earlier we were getting two records of 2012. So distinct works on the row level and not on the field level. Let me give me one more minute. We'll finish. Today will take more time. Thank you all for commenting. You can ask your doubt also. I'll be more happy if you ask your doubts in the comment section. Okay. So we learned distinct and all. Then we'll learn now where clause. So what is where clause? Now suppose if I want specific, yeah, give me one more minute. So we have learned select statement, top statement, and keyword, distinct keyword. Okay. Now we will learn where clause. Now, for example, if I have a record and I am not interested into the all records, okay, I'm just interested into few records. For example, I am interested into this national number ID number, okay. I don't want other national number IDs. Or if I have a, let me check, we have a customer table. And okay, prior to that, see how can I, like, if I have thousands of the table, right? Give me one more minute. But this is coming here. Okay. For example, someone is waiting in the meeting. Let me pull it, pull him. Okay, no problem. Mm, what if I want a specific record? Okay, if I don't want all the records, how can I get that one? Okay, so like I don't want to return all rows from a table, okay, or view. I want to restrict only query results to only those rows I am interested. Okay. Now, for example, I am interested to get the details of a customer. Uh, those are from a particular state or country. Okay. Now, like I have multiple tables here, and like if I want to search, I have to scroll down, right? How can I filter? I can filter. You just select the table and then filter, and then inside the name you can specify customer and click OK. Now if the table name is there, then you will see only that table name. Now what I will do, I will execute this query. No, this is the customer ID. Let me check with the person. Yeah, person will be better. Table to show you how where clause works. So I have person table. I just dragged it and I will execute it. Now what I am interested into, uh, like a person's whose first name is Ken. I don't want all other records. The person's first name should be Ken. Okay, how can I do that? Just write a where clause. So what where clause does, it will restrict. Then the column name. So the column name is, what is the column name? First name, right? First name. And then this is a string. So I can specify Ken in a single inverted, and now I will fire a query. So you can see all other records, it is not showing all other records, it is showing only records those records having first name as Ken. Okay, if you check here, Ken. Okay, so this is where clause. Basically, where clause remove all other records and it will show only the records where, like, in which you are interested, and how it returns. If this condition is true, right? If the first name, we are passing this first name Ken to the first name. If this condition is true, then only you will get the records. If this condition is false, for example, this condition is false for the other records. Okay, now this Ken, is the Ken equals to, it will check here, like this passed the Ken, we have passed this Ken, right? This Ken is equals to, with where clause, does this Terry is equals to Ken? No, it will not return a record, it will false this condition will be false. Okay, so it will not return an this record. So here you can see this Ken, the first name. Okay, here, like I'm copying or passing this value here, this value is coming from here, so this Ken is equals to Ken, and that's why I was getting the records. Now for example, and where clause only works on like it, where clause only works on the true or false and not on uh, other conditions. It sorry, it works on the true, false, and unknown. Unknown in case of the null, it will not treat like null with, for example, this is the title null. Okay, so in case of the null, we are not sure whether it is Miss or Mister. So it could be a Rob, could be Miss or Mister. We cannot treat like either of it, Miss or Mister. So where clause, yeah. So where clause provides search condition that determine the rows to return by the query, and search conditions are written as prediction. It predicts whether that value is true, false, or unknown, and for it only returns value in case the result matches. Okay, and this where clause is used in select statement, update statement, and delete statement. Okay, apart from these three statement, that is select, update, and delete, it will not be used anywhere. So what are the operators? I hope you are these are the visible to you. So this is not equals to, so I will write here, suppose this is equals to symbol, right? And if I want to not equal, then this is the not equal symbol. Let me make it little bit bigger so that it will be visible to you. Now this is not equal, or the alternative is this one. You can use this one or this one for not equal. Then this is the greater than, this is less than, then this symbol is for greater than equals to, this is less than equals to. Now you just comment down what will be the value, what will be the output. 1 equals to 1, it is true or false. Just write down in the comment so that I can uh, get a answer, whether it will return a true or false. I'm expecting answers from you guys now. Come on, guys, come comment it down so that we can go further. Okay, I will explain you. So 1 equals to 1, this condition is true, right? Then 1 is not equals to 1. Is this condition true? No, it's false. Okay. Then the third condition is 1 not equals to 1. Again, like for not equals to, you can use either true or false. Sorry, you can use either greater than, less than symbol, or exclamation mark and then equals to for not equal to sign. Then again, for greater than, this is the symbol. Let me drag. These are the results. Okay. For first condition is true, second is false. Again, this is false. 1 is greater than 0. Yes, it is. So it will return true. Then 1 is less than 0. Yes. No, it is not. So it will return false. Then 1 is greater than equals to 1. Yeah. Why? Because we are checking here 1 greater than 1. No, but 1 is equals to 1, greater than equals to 1. Yes, it's there. Then 1 is less than, 1 is less than equals to 2. Yes, true. So it will return true. Thank you, Vikas. Mm, Then, okay, we'll stop here. It will be a lengthy session. Tomorrow we will cover and logical operators, and also we'll cover this part also, these operators, how we will work. We have covered only one operator, that is equal operator. We'll cover other operators also. Suppose like we will check, for example, if I want a business ID uh, equals to one record, then how can I get? Just write a business ID equals to one and execute it. It is possible. You can write this, the one this side, and then business ID. Still, it will execute result. I mean, it just check whether that right side value is true or left side value is true. So you can also specify this way or this, the first way, this way. No big difference. Okay. So thank you for joining. We will stop here. See you in tomorrow's session. I hope you have enjoyed this session.